In October of 1943, my oldest brother, Sigmund, and I walked 4 or 5 houses down to visit his friend Carl. And when we got to his kitchen, we heard an eerie silence coming from a room that was usually jolly. There was usually some laughter, some giggle, but there was silence. As we cracked open the door and walked in, we saw Carl sitting on his mother's lap in the middle of the room on a painted chair. She held him sort of like you would hold a bag of potatoes, because Carl was bigger than she was ever going to be. Sigmund ran over to the chair, knelt down, and put his hands under Carl. And as he pulled them back out, they were full of blood. Frau Behrens seemed like she had lost everything. Her face was so drained, her eyes were vacant. There was no spirit. She was a bad copy of herself. She was gone. There was just this shell of her sitting there. And I wanted to get out of there. I wanted to leave, just pretend that we could close the door and everything would be like the way it was before. So Sigmund turns to Frau Behrens and he says, I have to take my little sister home. And I will be back. As soon as I bring her to my mother, I will be right back to be with you. This will be all right. We'll take care of things. Everything will be all right. And Frau Behrens turns her head sort of like a windmill that's running out of air. She turns her head and said, Sigmund, what happened? How did Carl get hit with this shrapnel? And Sigmund answers, I don't know. We left each other in the street. I ran to the bomb shelter, and he ran to the kitchen. At that point, she dropped her head and started to cry. So then Sigmund brought me back to our door and ran off. I did not go home, ring that doorbell, and tell my mother whence I had come. I did not tell her what I had seen in that kitchen, because it didn't seem safe to tell her. My problems would simply spill over if I added anything to our already filled glass. That was my primary mission, is to come home from Carl, where I knew he wasn't going to get up from that chair. But I wouldn't tell her or anybody else. They were not reliable. You can't count on one of them, whoever they might be, to take care of you. It was much safer for me to keep it to myself and go tell my dolls. they knew that Carl was dead. And they said, you have to take care of us. Something could happen to us just like it happened to Carl. Everything that mattered was survival, to be tough and to make it through. Don't ask, don't beg, don't make yourself vulnerable. Just never be vulnerable. That was the normal story of children on the war front at home. I actually believed that I could do better than any of them, that I could become really strong. If I really paid very close attention, this wouldn't happen to me.